With Season 3 of KONOSUBA God's Blessing on This Wonderful World releasing this April, it's time to take a trip down memory lane from Season 1 through Season 2 and finishing off with Legend of Crimson movie. Let's rediscover the lovable characters, amazing skills, and the unforgettable tales of death, rebirth, and the epic enemies they've faced so far, starting with Season 1. In the weird world of Konosuba, Kazuma, an ordinary shunted gamer, unexpectedly dies from shock, thinking he saved a classmate from a truck, which was actually a harmless tractor. In the afterlife, he meets the goddess Aqua, who offers him a choice: ascend to the heavens, or reincarnate in a fantasy world. Choosing adventure, Kazuma decides to reincarnate and selects Aqua as his one special item. If they can defeat the Devil King, Aqua will be allowed back into the heavens, and Kazuma will be granted one wish. Once in the new world, at the Adventure Guild, Kazuma's skills are deemed average, except for his high intelligence and luck. Aqua, on the other hand, has high stats, but low intelligence and luck. She joins him as a Arch-Priest healer. They embark on a quest to defeat 5 giant frogs in 3 days. Realizing they need more firepower, they recruit Megumin, a Crimson Demon Arch-Wizard who specializes only in explosion magic. They also allow Darkness, a Night Crusader whose attacks never hit but can take a beating, to join their party after she impressed them during the town's annual cabbage harvest. Kazuma embarks on a journey to enhance his skill set, learning the thief skill Steal from Darkness's friend Chris. Although his newfound abilities primarily result in him acquiring panties, the quest takes a serious turn when Megumin's daily explosion magic practices on an old castle provoke Beldia, one of the Devil King's top generals. Enraged by the attacks on his home, Beldia arrives at the town's main gates, seeking retribution. Beldia targets Megumin with a death curse, only for Darkness to bravely shield her, bearing the curse herself. Luckily, Aqua is able to lift the curse. The team then embarks on a quest to purify a lake, putting Aqua's divine abilities to the test and leaving her a little traumatized despite their success. The plot thickens when Kyoya's arrival, another reincarnate aiming to defeat the Devil King, mistakes Aqua's singing for a call for help. He confronts the party, leading to a duel with Kazuma. Using his thief skills, Kazuma manages to steal Kyoya's sacred sword and later selling it for profit. Beldia's return, fueled by Megumin's continued attacks, brings havoc as he unleashes undead minions outside of town. As the battle intensifies, the townspeople await their supposed savior Kyoya, oblivious to the true heroes confronting Beldia. The party's quick thinking leads to Aqua unleashing a huge flood upon him. Kazuma then uses his steel magic to seize Beldia's head, leading to Aqua's purification magic delivering the final blow. Victory, however, comes at a cost. The guild's initial reward of 300 million is overshadowed by the expenses incurred from Aqua's flood magic, which damaged the town's outer walls, resulting in a bill of 340 million, putting them 40 million in debt. While on a seemingly routine quest to rid the area of snow sprites, the party encounters the formidable Winter Snow God. In a surprising turn of events, Kazuma meets his untimely death at the hands of the Winter Snow God, due to the unfortunate mistake of being armed in his presence. This leads him to meeting with the goddess Iris, who presents him with an offer of an easy life reincarnated into a wealthy family in Japan. However, Aqua intervenes with a reincarnation spell of her own, urging Kazuma to return to their world. Kazuma opts to rejoin Aqua and the rest of his companions. Back in the world, Kazuma embarks on a personal quest to find a skill that could serve as his main weapon. This quest leads him to discover that Wiz, surprisingly one of the Devil King's generals, is responsible for maintaining the barrier around the Devil King's castle. She is also the owner of a shop that is known to not make much money. Wiz teaches the undead skill Drain Touch to Kazuma, a technique that draws an opponent's mana. The party's adventures also lead them to a haunted house, where they face off against a ghost. Their successful exorcism earns them an unusual reward. The owner allows them to stay in the house, providing them with a much-needed base of operations. Seeking relaxation, Kazuma visits a pleasure bar, a brothel run by succubi that specialize in crafting dreams to fulfill any desire. Kazuma mistakes reality for a dream and forces darkness to wash him. Saving the dream delivery succubi from Aqua, Kazuma realizes it's all real and is given multiple dream coupons that he later hands out to others when in situations. We learn more about Darkness's character when she reveals her royal background and her real name, Dustinus Ford Lalitina, to Kazuma. The battle against the mobile fortress is a showcase of teamwork and magical prowess. With Wiz and Megumin's help, they manage to unleash a devastating explosion that cripples the fortress. However, victory is short-lived as they discover the fortress has a self-destruct mechanism, a deadly failsafe left by its creator. The tension escalates as they find the creator's diary, which notes the absence of an off switch for the self-destruct feature. In a race against time, Wiz employs a drain touch to Kazuma, taking enough power for her to teleport the fortress core, called the Koronatite, away from the city. Despite their efforts to prevent the explosion, the fortress overheats, threatening disaster. In a desperate move, Kazuma facilitates a transfer of power from Aqua to Megumin, hoping to avert the explosion. Their plan, however, has an unintended consequence. Kazuma and Wiz's use of transportation magic inadvertently results in the core landing on a noble's mansion, leading to Kazuma's arrest. Season 1 ends with Kazuma's adventure taking a fun turn when he wears a magical choker that promises to grant wishes, but instead tightens for each day if the wish isn't fulfilled. Despite not recalling any wish made, his friends rally to satisfy unseen desires, hoping to halt the choker's curse in this fan service-filled episode. On the last day, amidst a heartfelt moment of the party comforting Kazuma, the choker is unlocked. Kazuma, unaware of this, bluntly shares his views on Megumin, Aqua, and Darkness, hoping honesty might save him. However, his candid remarks backfire, leading his friends to reapply the choker and abandon him, leaving Kazuma to die yet again. Season 2 starts with Kazuma facing a dire situation when he's arrested and accused of treason against the kingdom. The charge stems from the incident when he teleported the mobile fortress Koronatite, landing and destroying the mansion of Lord Walter Alexei Barnes. His party's attempts to free him range from explosive distractions to improvised escape tools, fall short. Under interrogation, Kazuma nearly clears his name until a forgotten association with Wiz, who let's not forget is a Devil King's minion, triggers a lie-detecting bell, pushing him towards trial. The trial exposes Kazuma's misadventures, but takes a turn when Darkness leverages her noble status, offering a favor to Lord Barnes to postpone Kazuma's execution. This act temporarily secures Kazuma's freedom, though at the cost of his assets, leaving their home bare. Amongst these events, Megumin brings home a cat and names it Chomosuke. Darkness's absence is noticeable, leaving the party to fulfill the favor to Lord Barnes. The party faces an unexpected consequence of Megumin's explosive magic, causing giant toads to awaken from hibernation near the town. Amidst this chaos, Kazuma showcases his newly acquired skill, Snipe, a bow and arrow that becomes more accurate with luck, proving to be a perfect match for him. During the battle, Yunyun, Megumin's rival, makes a timely entrance, saving them from the giant frogs. While at Wiz's shop, Yunyun and Megumin challenge each other over a friendship globe that reveals their most embarrassing past moments, giving us a glimpse into Yunyun's lonely past and Megumin's poor past. The party chooses to do a dungeon raid to lessen their financial struggles. Kazuma's foresight skill and Aqua's inherent ability to see in the dark come in handy. Inside, they encountered Keely, a former arch-wizard turned leech to protect the woman he loved, seeking redemption and release from his undead existence to be with his wife in the afterlife. Aqua's purification grants him peace, and they're rewarded with treasure. Kazuma notices more undead following Aqua, so he goes into lurk mode and rushes out the cave, leaving Aqua all alone. However, the achievement is short-lived as their earnings are quickly used to cover the guild bar's tab, thanks to a misunderstanding. Darkness returns dressed in a manner uncharacteristic of her, revealing the condition of her prolonged absence, a proposed marriage to Lord Barnes' son. Her dilemma reflects her desire to avoid marriage and remain with her party. Kazuma's conversation with her father reveals a potential chance for the party to replace Darkness with a more skilled member. Yet, the dynamics shift when the prince, who was going to refuse the arrangement initially, considers going through with it after meeting Darkness and enjoying how frank she is. The prince decides to refuse the engagement after seeing how close Darkness and Kazuma were. Darkness also lies about being pregnant with Kazuma's child to escape the arrangement. Sina informs the party that the undead in the cave, rather than being scared off by Aqua's holy circle spell, are actually being attracted to it, thanks to Aqua's divine essence acting as a magnet. Determined to resolve the issue, the group ventures back into the dungeon, with Megumin and Aqua staying behind due to their respective reasons. Megumin's inability to use her powers in a cave, and Aqua's trauma from being left in the dungeon previously. Armed with a talisman from Sina meant to ward off monsters, Kazuma and Darkness navigate the dungeon. They encounter Vanir, a general of the Devil King, who revealed to be the source of the mini hell dolls that have been following them and exploding. He was sent to investigate Beldia's disappearance and had considered creating his own dungeon before stumbling upon this one. However, Aqua's magic circle blocks his access to the dungeon's center. A battle occurs where Darkness and Kazuma believe they've defeated Vanir, only for him to possess Darkness through his mask. Remarkably, Darkness is able to resist his control, and with a strategic use of the talisman and Megumin's explosive intervention, they manage to free Darkness, though not without injury, which Aqua promptly heals her. For their bravery and success in defeating Vanir, the party is rewarded by Sina, clearing them of any suspicion and providing enough money for them to pay off their debts and still have 40 million left over. In a surprising twist, Kazuma and Darkness visit Wiz to offer condolences for Vanir, only to find him alive, having lost one of his lives, but free from his duties to the Devil King's barrier. This encounter leads to an unexpected partnership between Vanir and Kazuma, aiming to introduce Japanese inventions to their world. Vanir sees potential in one of Kazuma's inventions, offering him a 300 million deal. Kazuma acquires a new katana, humorously named Chinchumuru by Megumin. Their quest against monster lizards takes a turn when Kazuma tragically falls from a tree, leading to a momentary visit to the afterlife, where he contemplates not going back to the world and ultimately decides to return to the world, nudged by Aqua's urging and a cheeky prank by Megumin. To recover from his injuries, the party heads to the hot springs of Arkenlydia. However, their journey is far from relaxing, as they fend off ostrich-like monsters attracted to Darkness's armor and encounter zombies drawn by Aqua's divine presence. Despite these challenges, Kazuma's newly honed blacksmith skills come in handy repairing Darkness's armor. The town of Arkenlydia, dominated by the passionate Axis church followers of Aqua, proves to be more of a cult than a peaceful retreat. Aqua's claim of divinity is met with skepticism. The situation escalates when the party faces Hans, a toxic slime general of the Devil King, at the source of the hot springs. Kazuma strategically uses himself as a distraction and ends up being absorbed and dissolved within Hans' poisonous slime. His distraction allows for Aqua's purification powers to vanquish Hans, inadvertently stripping the hot springs of their mystical properties and turning the townspeople against Aqua. The season ends with a twist of events. The guild sends Kazuma's party on a quest that reveals a giant robot. They are also put on another quest to help a golem woman robot in a castle. Kazuma sees her and becomes her master, not knowing that she is programmed to dominate her master. Megumin destroys the robot and ruins, leading to a failed quest. Turns out the guild had to persuade Kazuma back into questing due to their lack of financial motivation. The movie kicks off with Megumin's spell accidentally wiping out the village's fish population, leading to a failed quest and putting the team back into debt. Yun approaches Kazuma with a surprising proposal to have his babies, believing a prophecy tied to the world's end and the destruction of her village, the Crimson Demon Village, by the Devil King, which turns out to be a fictional tale written by a classmate, encourages her to verify the safety of her village. Their journey to the Crimson Demon Village lands them among some lustful female orcs, from which Yun rescues Kazuma. Following an encounter with the Devil King's minions and Sylvia, a Devil King's general, whose quest for the Mage Killer, a relic capable of neutralizing magic, leads to an epic battle involving the entire party. Despite a failed first attempt with a rifle relic, and Sylvie's near-victorious merger with Beldia and Hans, the party unites. With a combination of strategy, magic, and Kazuma's luck-enhanced seduction, they managed to defeat Sylvia, though not without Kazuma meeting his demise once again. The aftermath shows Megumin contemplating about her magical powers and deciding to expand beyond explosion magic, letting Kazuma decide where to put her skill points. He surprisingly puts them all towards explosion, solidifying her resolve to become the greatest explosion-wielding Crimson Demon. After navigating through 6 deaths, reincarnations, battles with 4 of the Devil King's generals, and learning new skills, Seasons 1, 2, and the movie have been a roller coaster of growth and humor. So, who's your favorite character in this chaotic journey? And are there any couples you're hoping to see? Drop your thoughts and ships in the comments. With only 5 of the Devil King generals revealed, what new foes await our adventure in Season 3? And can they finally stay out of debt? More adventures, growth, and undoubtedly fan service are on the horizon for Season 3, as well as other exciting anime releases this spring. So stay tuned for more anime recaps and news by hitting the notification bell. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Catch you in the next one. Bye!